There are over 500,000 people working in the hair cutting, the barber, and the salon industries. They're like a way to like combine all those into like one gender
hair
neutral
professionals.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lights. Follicle lights.
I don't know. But there's potentially technology that will replace all of them. So we're going to look at the technology that's out now and then what's coming that could replace jobs in the hair care industry. But we're also going to look into what you can do to stay relevant. So if you care about your job and love what you do, pay attention because this is important.
I'm Joel and this is Isaac, and we are watching humanity get automated one job at a time.
And today we are looking at the hair care industry. Okay, so this robot can cut your hair and make small talk. So I think what it does is it uses a vacuum
So how about that
to
weather?
suck the hair up.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's warm out.
Oh my God, this is so weird. This is so strange. Never.
Yeah. And then it uses scissors and a little actuator thing right there to actually cut it. And it like, conceptually, it's kind of cool. Oh gosh, that's so scary though. Oh no, it's like totally just like stabbing the mannequin. And all of this is just done by the YouTuber Stuff Made Here on his YouTube channel. He's just did this in his garage. He's an engineer, he's a programmer and everything, so he can do it. But this is just, keep in mind, this is just one guy in his basement doing this.
Yeah, that's the problem right there. The problem is the usability.
Yeah.
Like if he just had mounted it to a chair or something. But
Sure.
I get it.
If a guy in his garage can do something that uses the vacuum, it cuts the hair, and it did cut the hair. And well, we're going to look at the actual results in a second because I think it's pretty hilarious.
What did the salon's first customer have to say? All right, 2 out of 10, not great. 0 personality, I can believe that. Top and sides are cut well, nice. But it gave me a mullet. What? The robot cut the hairs that it could reach really well. But there's 2 problems. The first is it can't get close enough to my ears.
That looks
I have
terrible.
all this hair right by my ears that's really long. That should be pretty easy and fast to clean up. But the big problem is it gave me a robotically perfect mullet. So,
And that is just a technical thing and a software thing. I'm sure it could be developed to a higher quality of cut. But
Yes.
I don't think it's necessary.
No, they're pretty safe. They're more on the Tamagotchi side, the Terminator side.
Yeah, I would agree. But I do want to bring it over to, there has been a fairly large advancement in just general like bipedal robots that can kind of do multiple things well. And so Tesla just released this video of, well, Elon Musk released this video of the Tesla bot folding laundry. And that got me thinking, once these things are being rolled out and once they're in people's houses,
Yeah.
I mean, that
Oh,
is
just give me a haircut.
yeah, just give me a haircut. And it's in development. It's slow.
Oh, I didn't even
I'm not
think
sure
about
I
that.
would trust.
Yeah, we just went from Tamagotchi to Terminator. I didn't even think about it. They're gonna be in the house. I'm gonna buy those before I would let a robot cut my hair. And when I see how good it folds my underwear, I'll be like, all right, cool, you can go. You know, that's what's gonna happen.
Sure. Yeah, with like dedicated as an industry, the robots cutting hair, probably not. But people bringing this into their homes,
And
people-
then them
and
giving
then-
the option of,
yeah.
hey, I can download the pack. You can download the haircut app. You can download the laundry folding app. You know, these knowledge packets or
Yeah.
whatnot. And now you've got these skills, and you can just download skills and pay for skills. And so you know what's likely going to happen? Very similar to horses. I'm going to have one of these bipedal robots. I'm going to have the haircut skill. And every once in a while, I'm going to feel like going to a person.
So as far as industry, I think the industry is fairly safe until Tesla comes out with something that can do it.
Yeah.
Would you say that's fair?
I would. I think that the rejection is going to be pretty high too of people not wanting robots to touch them. And
Well,
in
not just
certain
touch them,
areas.
but touch them with a pair of scissors.
Scissors.
That gets a little sketch.
Scissors. It does get a little sketchy. I'd have to have a lot of trust inside of that to have the scissors near my head as the robot.
So how long until barbers are replaced probably not going to happen in the near future. You guys are probably fine. On a scale of Tamagotchi to Terminator, y'all are sitting comfortable over with the little Tamagotchi over there. I don't think it's too
Yeah, I'm
scary.
I'm gonna say 10 years. I'm gonna say 10 years.
Yeah.
You guys have at least 10 years left, and then another trailing 10 years after that of people who just really don't like the robots. This is not a freak out immediate. This is not like a trucker situation. I think the truckers are like in more danger than this. I think the programmers are in, I think knowledge workers are in more danger than hairstylists. I saw a report yesterday that came out from the IMF. It said 40% of all jobs are going to be able to be automated with GPT, because a lot of the things they do is just the only physical aspect they have is the typing into the computer and then the personality and the conversation, the discourse. That can all be done today by GPT. The equivalent of that for the hairstylist would be us sitting here and I have a robot here that can cut my hair. That would be the equivalent, because I just used GPT all morning to do work for me instead of giving it to a human. And it was fantastic. Pretty safe as far as an industry. To stay relevant, well, my favorite way to stay relevant is to make content. Make content, grow your audience, be really good at your job, love on people. Wake up early, listen to some motivational audio, have a good breakfast, move your body, get your workout in. Your meat computer needs you to do some movement, jump up and down, dance a little bit. You can dance breakfast. You haven't had a dance breakfast in a while, Isaac, you probably need to do a dance breakfast tomorrow. It'll put you in a good mood, and that's going to give you an edge. That's the best thing. And then prepare for the apocalypse, because the machines will rise up and take over. And but we've got some time. We've got a good 20 years. Probably. Maybe 2. Maybe 10.
20?
I don't know.
Maybe
I don't
2.
know. My hopefulness meter was like here when I started. Now it's like, oh, that's right. We descend into chaos and that's it. But hey, you don't get out of life alive, do you? Nope. Yeah. Theology with Joel. Not even part of this episode, but no. Yeah, let's do it. Yep, let's record it. Where is it at? Show it to me. I just need to read a script. I just need to read it.